أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters who are moral, and hello to my non-Muslim brothers and sisters who are moral or good-hearted. On my channel, I want to start sharing these trails of my own life or my own experience. Currently, I have a lot of them where I have recorded of these demonic activities that have basically ruined my life. My life is not ruined. I always have my Lord with me, but you get the point. I have basically sabotaged and stole everything from me that God gave me and continue to try to do so. As I'm still, stalked by these demons, and everywhere I go, they continue to make noise and bring these possessed humans to every location I go to constantly walk around me and make noise and raise their voice, and this constant group mopping and crowding and theater and all these things that they do that empowered individuals can understand, where it is very hard for me to talk, and if I even raise my voice, it's still very hard for my phone to record me at the best volume. So I'm gonna do my best to put the phone very close to me. So the past 2 years I went through the highest form of demonic attack, where the devil, as he always did, always targeted my jobs first. He sabotaged and took my job first. Then he went on to my home or apartment. He stole my home. Okay? He sabotaged it. And he didn't care that he was using those humans to do illegal behavior or illegal eviction to do so. He didn't care. He had to get what he needed. He didn't care. Before, he would try to be manipulative about things in a way that whoever he was using didn't really look like they committed a crime, but in order to obviously do those things, at some point they had to commit the crime, just like firing me wrongfully or wrongful termination. Because there's just no other way. If he wants to sabotage and steal my job, there's no other way except to do it in an illegal way, because he has no way to fire me legally, right? Okay, so then he stole my home. He made me homeless. And then I had thousands of dollars of savings by the mercy of God that I saved. He sabotaged where I was going. I was going to a specific state to start my life over. At that time, I was trying to start a business. I was trying to write. Basically, whenever I have ever tried to succeed, I get attacked, and it failed. As a child, I didn't know what was attacking me and what was happening, right? So that's why it was harder to be smart about it and protect yourself. But now I do. And I breathe heavily, as you can see, a lot, because I'm actually being demonically attacked now. It's affecting my voice, when you're shaking or when you're nervous and you can't talk properly, like that. I get attacked so much in the heart area due to the stress, due to the noise, intrusive thoughts talking to me, that it's very hard to talk. I was relaxed and everything was fine before I started this recording. But the moment I try to record, these demons will, bring these humans here that they're possessing, just harassing me constantly with noise. And the thing about the psychology of noise that people don't understand is noise actually hurts the brain. Like, it has an actual effect on the human brain and the human body. It can damage it. It's not something we just find annoying or that can make it hard for people to hear us, right? No. Too much noise can hurt the heart, right? Causes too much stress. It affects your ability to speak properly, and you might start stuttering and forgetting what you want to say, and you'll have brain fog. And okay, so as human beings, we're very fragile. These things can hurt us psychologically and physiologically and emotionally and physically. And the devil has that knowledge, and he uses that against us. Okay. So yeah, I lost my home, and then all the money I had, I lost it through hotels because I could not get another apartment. I couldn't rent anywhere. He did everything he could to prevent me from renting again. And then at some point, you're gonna run out of that money, right? He waited until I ran out of that money. That tactic to keep me in that state, to never rent, continued until he made sure I became homeless. That's how long he was willing to wait. It was like a year. And there you go. God blessed me. He's been giving me money that whole year, basically. That's why I want the empowered individual to know that just because you have money now doesn't mean anything. The devil is very patient. He will wait even if it's years down the line. His tactics, his plots, it's not always something he wants to do today or tomorrow or next month. So always think logically that way, okay? Always just be wise about the way you act and how you spend your money, and try to be independent and have, money to buy your own house. Just make things your own. Don't rent. Because he doesn't mind waiting 3 years. If you think you have money now, or you're getting unemployment benefits or something like that, it doesn't matter. He'll wait until you run out of it. He'll make sure you never get a chance to save or make more money through other jobs, because he'll sabotage and block all of them. And now you're in that position you were trying to prevent. Because I did everything you could imagine in order to prevent losing all my money to hotels, where I was paying like $1,500 for 3 weeks. And the worst thing was, he made sure I kept traveling and traveling and traveling and moving and moving and moving and losing all my money. Why? He made sure I ended up in certain cities and states that did not have hotels that you could stay more than a month. They were planned so perfectly. Everything was planned so well. And how he would do that, obviously, is kind of like a little bit of mind steering, okay? It's not mind control. He can't control you, but mind steering, like giving you false info, making it seem like it's from you. He will send me fear and anxiety and worry, intrusive thoughts that are intended to cause you fear, worry, and anxiety, and to tell you the wrong information, like go in this state, go in this city, go over there, run here. Those were his thoughts, but he made it seem like it was some sort of, just thoughts that I was getting maybe from, my higher self or my gut or whatever, to just act in that way at that time. But it was him. It was him pushing me in those wrong places, because he was setting up traps in those places. So I ran out of my savings. I had a little bit, and then I realized it was getting to that point, and I tried to prevent it. I did everything you could possibly do. I didn't just keep going in that direction. I rented these office spaces, so that I could save money staying in them. And then he sabotaged those as well. They would just email me, accusing me of things, and say, goodbye, we have no more lease for you. And then it happened again, the new one. Through all that, I'm losing money. And the irony is, he always did that when I bought groceries that week. Because then, sadly, on some level, I had to throw them away. There was no way to carry it. So there you go, I lose more money. And then I chose to, be homeless myself this time. I was like, I'm not going to be forced into it. because of the harassment in the hotels, always leading to cops being called on me. No matter how dumb it was at that moment, no matter how dumb it was to make that call and accuse someone, right? Even if they have evidence, even if I had video, they still call. They still intimidate with cops. Okay? I never realized that was the goal of the devil at that time. Get it? To get me falsely arrested. I wish I figured that out. Because at all those places that he sabotaged, including my home, the train that I took that he sabotaged to push me into the wrong state, right? The stores that I went to, the hotels that I went to, everywhere I went, these strangers would cause negative behaviors, right? Just harassing me. And boom, then they're like, oh, I'm going to call the cops. Endless. Even though, how, right? How could they explain to the cop later if he was to arrive what happened to them? Nothing happened. No one spoke to them sometimes. Sometimes all I said was, don't talk to me that way. Or check me out, because they were just blocking me from leaving, with my refunds or receipts or whatever. It doesn't matter. He has been trying, basically, the past 5-6 years to put me in jail. And to make me homeless and jobless. He already succeeded with the homeless and jobless thing in 2017, where I lost my chance to go to school and finish my education because I had to work full-time. And that's when it really got extreme. All these crazy strangers, mainly perverts, old males, constantly approaching me just to get me to hit them or do something, because I am highly aggressive. And then accuse me, get it? They would do that at my jobs to make me look bad to my managers, but then my managers were the same. They were the ones who were possessed as well. They did everything they could to make it seem like they didn't know what was going on. Everywhere, okay? Every human was possessed. And then I chose to be homeless, right? I chose to just literally just be homeless. And whatever savings I had, just keep it. Now the devil's like, okay, I'm going to go after your money because you have savings. He did fraud on my debit card. And I have constant, fraud transactions or wrongful transactions. Boom, 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 getting out of my credit. My debit card. Sadly, I had one debit card, I wasn't so financial savvy. Now I am, right? Now I have multiple. Now I'm doing what I need to do. Now I'm moving forward. Now I'm trying to be completely, independent from every area of society that you have to depend on. And if it crumbles, you crumble, obviously. I've gained knowledge and wisdom over this, but at that time, he was stealing my money. And through that fraud, now he got this really cool concept that would benefit him. Wells Fargo has a weak point as a company, and that is they will not tell you your debit number, the number on the card. So because they have to ship me a new one, that means I can't make any purchases with that debit. How dumb, right? They should have evolved and had the number for me somehow online, but they don't. Other banks do. So that's how he prevented me from paying my bills. I almost lost my phone bill deadline, which is bad because my phone is everything to me, right? That's how I protect myself and record everything. It was just so strategic. That means I couldn't use online, such as Priceline. I really like that company, to book hotels anymore because I would get cheaper prices. And now I have to directly pay in cash when I'm losing hundreds of dollars, where I could have paid maybe $200. I'm paying $400 now, or $500. Get it? And I saw it again. Oh, my money. He's stealing my money. And I stopped going to hotels then. For those few days that I just wanted to figure things out, I was like, no, I'll figure it out as I am in the street. So now, in the street, I stayed in stores, obviously. I didn't just sit in the street. I just tried to write. I tried to start my dreams, and it was so ironic. When he did fraud to my account, when he kicked me out of hotels and accused me of crime and stuff, though God protected me at that time, right? It didn't lead to any arrest or anything. That's when I wanted to start a business. I had some savings that I thought was enough to at least try. And boom, that's literally the next day, he sabotaged my hotel booking. They just acted negative and crazy, the front staff. Until now, that front staff, it's a Marriott hotel. It's Fairfield Inn and Suites. I hate them so much, so I'm going to say their name. They're still keeping my refund. And then I went to other hotels, like Super 8. And they would literally steal my money, $10, $20. They wouldn't give it back to me. And then they lie right on camera. They don't care. So I was starting to think, what is going on? Yes, humans do crazy things, but at least I'm recording them. What are they doing? I have evidence of them stealing. Why would they keep stealing then? It doesn't matter, because when the devil is using them, right, they're not going to protect themselves. He took over them. He can do whatever he wants to them. Right? That's what they would probably think, maybe, right? And maybe not do it as much. And maybe choose to do crime behind the scene, but not when something took them over and possessed them, using them as he likes. I report them, but I didn't want to contact the cops because I didn't want to deal with more stress and talking to them. And things just, you see, because I didn't fix everything the way I should have, things just kept getting, more into the wrong direction. And then one day, he got cops himself who were in non-uniform clothing. They did assault on me. It was this perverted demon female that he possessed. She touched me from the back inappropriately. And I didn't act in self-defense that moment or aggression or anything, right? Because this country doesn't believe in hitting them at that moment. It was when they tried to do that again that I acted in self-defense. But I was accused of just, like a wrong version of self-defense. And then she accused me of other crimes like choking. And I go to jail. And I suffer so much abuse to my health, to my rights. And here we are now.